Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back. Episode 6 of this tutorial that I'm putting together this morning. Doing this recording on a Saturday morning. I've been at this for a couple of hours. Um, we're picking up here. Let's see. We have 2 scholarships left. What I do like is when you add that guy over here, he comes off the list, but it highlights the next person, so you don't need to worry about losing a place and remembering where you were. So that's actually pretty good. All right, here's a tackle, Casey Hastings out of New York. Casey Hastings, we'll add you in. I'm going to give you 10 points. Offer you a scholarship. Thank you. All right. Pruitt, Oregon, USC. Now see, here's one, Nebraska. Actually, Nebraska's not too bad, I don't guess, in this game. They're 4-0. I don't know what their national prestige is, and I really don't want to go look right now. But so I'm going to say, that might be a team you want to consider going after with a high prestige school. But he's in Colorado. I'm in Louisiana, so winning obviously will probably be a tie. Close to home's going to go their direction. Prestige might go my way a little bit, might not, because I don't know what their prestige is. In fact, let's see if I can. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna skip on him. USC, Florida, another Nebraska. Keith Fournier, Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Amboy. Ted Nugent was in a band called the Amboy Dukes. I don't know if that's where they were out of. I know he's out of Detroit, but the Motor City Madman. But I don't know if that's where they were based out of or got their name from. Do I want to go with him, Keith Fournier? Where are you at? There he is. Fournier. Okay. Let's add him. But I think I'm going to go another direction. Let me just kind of go down. All right, Michigan. Another center. I wish there was a way you could add from this screen. That would be helpful. That's a suggestion. If we had an add button, so this button here, if we could add from that screen, I think that would be helpful. So when you find a player, and then you don't have to quit. You don't have to quit going through the list if you're looking for more than one, right? I mean, that would be a kind of a good idea, I would think. Nebraska again. I mean, Nebraska's after a lot of guys all by their lonesome. USC, Michigan State. See, Michigan State's won the last couple of years. There's a strong safety. Could actually maybe use him. He's out of another guy out of New York. Huh. And I don't know how far I had to go down there. Strong safety. I forget the guy's name. Is that him? Her? Yeah. There he is. All right. So let's go ahead and put the 10 points on her. Well, you know what? Let's do, yeah, I got 8. Yeah, let's do 10 on him and offer. 10 on him. Actually, let's see, it's 12. Let me put 6 here and 6 here. I think that works. All right, so again, we've assigned all of our points. I've got all my scholarships back out. So again, you can see you don't have enough. You have enough points to do what you need to do for your recruiting, but you don't have enough points to add depth to your to your board and basically be competitive. So it kind of makes you think through. I know one of the guys had said, hey, we need more points to do that, but this is kind of good where it makes you think about what you're doing, evaluate it a little bit, instead of just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. I can see the merits of both sides, but wow, we hold on to barely beat Arkansas, and they dominated us statistically, it looks like. We will save this. All right, so back to the home page. 2 emails, training report, and that was my week 5 summary last week. Yeah, I had saved that. All right, let's see. Back to the overview. We play Florida this week. We're number 2 in the country, 4-0. All right, depth chart, AI, game plan, save, recruiting. All right, all my recruiting points are still out, which means I didn't lose anybody, which I guess is good. Recruiting. Where is... Okay, here they are. 98, 96, 94. All right, I'm going to go ahead and schedule his interview. I'm just going to run through here real quick and do interviews. Let's see. All right, so Ohio State jumped on him, and he's out of New York. Well, I'm going to go ahead and schedule an interview. Keep max points on him. Schedule his interview. Gainey, I'm the only one on him, so we're going to schedule his interview. Punter, kicker. '96, free safety. All right, so we've got all the interviews done. We still have 43 scouting points left. All right, let me look at quarterbacks again. All right, Neely, we're still at 98. All right, now here's what I don't know. If you know the answer to this, let me know. Report certainty. I have now spent enough points through this many weeks that I have a 100% report certainty. So what's on here should be a 100% accuracy. Security, playing time, prestige. I think I'm in the running for this guy, but it's not a guarantee. Okay. This guy, 96, I'm the only guy after him. Now, I have not really evaluated him yet. So we have great strength. Okay. Agility is great. Arm is exceptional. His intelligence is only fine, so he's going to throw more interceptions. But he has exceptional accuracy, which helps lower your interception rate. So that's good. Exceptional speed and agility. So he could be a good, like, option style quarterback, run the triple option type thing, spread attack where he could be a running threat. That would be interesting. Um, and I'm the only guy after him, so I should get him. And Fournier, I am just doing my interview this week, but I am currently the only guy after him. Now, you could sign these guys at any time. You remember back in week 2, that guy went away from me and went to Georgia Tech. Well, I hadn't even done interviews at that point on 2/3 of my players. So, you might get players that you honestly don't know anything about. And that's a gamble. So, do you want to offer a scholarship until you've done that? Well, maybe, maybe not. I guess that's something that you have to determine. But from the perspective of looking at it, you might get a guy, and they may turn out to be horrible, but you just don't know because you haven't been able to invest that much time into them yet. Okay, so just something to think about. All right, now at this point, because I've started hitting 100%. All right, and I guess as you do scout them, that dials this in because these look like they change. So 92 and 69. But we're the only one after him. I put 50 points on him at this point. I'm going to go ahead and keep 10 points because I just don't want to lose them. But at this point, if you're the only one, you could start to drop that off. I could cut it down to 5 points and free it up to start recruiting more people, putting some more people on my board, having some equity built up in other players in case some of these other guys do sign elsewhere and I have to extend those scholarship offers out to someone else. See, he's at 81%, and we still, this guy just wants everything, so he's going to be a pretty, now he's out of Mississippi. Virginia Tech and Iowa have gotten on to him, but that's late because remember, they weren't on him last week, I don't think, and we're still much closer to Mississippi than they are. So we've got the equity built up in the points with 50. And so, but they have other teams on him, so I'm not going to let off of that. All right, how about Robinson, the tight end? All right, so we're going to do, well, I'm not done with him yet, so I need to do that. I need to do him here. All right, Cornish. $98. We're the only ones on him, but I still want to scout him. Hartwell. All right, winning. Again, I think Florida's going to be the only team really to compete with me there. He does value close to home, but 91 is a pretty big trump card. So I would think that he would go out of state if he can win. But he may go to Florida for that, Georgia would certainly be in the mix, but we're going to stay on him. Hartwell, there he is. All right, this guy's a 98. Hollis Henson, Oklahoma State's on him. Market size, I think, and close to home. He's out of Louisiana, so I think I've got him, but we're going to go ahead and keep scouting him. All right, Qualls. All right, we're going to stay on him. See, I don't know if the scouting points actually do anything from a recruiting standpoint or if that's just helping you narrowing down his I'm drawing a mind blank, or narrowing down his interest levels and values. All right, now this guy, Bentley, both Mississippi schools plus us, he does value winning, but close to home better. So I'm going to go ahead and come off of this guy. I've spent 50 points on him at this point, but we have two in-state teams. Even though he's interested, I think he's going to jump ship to one of them. And you know what? I'm going to come to a 3 on that, and that frees me up enough for an interview. Cancel interview. All right, so let me come back to both. All right, her was number 91. Okay. Oregon. Ooh, a defensive end. You know, and I like linemen. John Cardwell. I'm going to add him. I'm going to offer that scholarship. I'm going to schedule your interview. And I'm going to give you the guys 10 points. There we go. All right, so now, oh, you know what? I guess I do need to go back to, where was my last guy with points? Oh, there I was. All right, Grant. Oklahoma. See, close to home's pretty important for him. Playing time, winning. I think Oklahoma's going to compete there. You know, this is one you almost have to track each week, you know, who was recruiting him, because I don't remember last week. Now, video-wise, I could go back and look, but, you know, in a league setting or, you know, solo play, you know, if you haven't written that down, you know, so it does make it a little more complicated. It would be interesting if you could see, you know, the point comparison, but I guess, you know, that would be unrealistic because you wouldn't really know. But, you know, maybe if there was a way that you could see, like a little parentheses, how many weeks they've been on the player, you know. That way you don't know exact points, but you could see, okay, well, they've only been on him for 1 week. I've been on him for 7 weeks. You know, that would kind of give me an indicator. Also, since, you know, if anybody does look at this to answer the question, let's say that's the case. Let's say I've got a 7-week to 1 or 2 week lead, but, you know, these factors here are in play. Playing, you know, winning. I mean, Oklahoma's going to be just as good at winning. Market size, Big 12 to SEC is probably close. Close to home is going to probably be a big advantage to them. Prestige doesn't matter, so I mean, I'm not even going to have that on Oklahoma State. If I've got a 7-week to 1 week, 7-week to 2 weeks, 7-week to 3 week lead on recruiting on these guys, is that really going to make a difference, or am I still fighting an uphill battle here? You know what I'm saying? So Grant, I think we're going to revoke you. I mean, he's got a 94 interest, but again, you know, is that going to do me any good? I don't think so. So I'm going to need to pull your points and your points, and that gets me back to 5. Okay. All right, back down to Shelby. Chisholm. Do I want another running back? That's not really a need position for me. All right, now there's a guy, North Carolina, Cincinnati, 4-star, top 100 player. Don't know how long they've been on him, but he might be a guy I could snag from them. So let me look at him. Lee, I'm going to add him. I'm going to schedule the interview, give him 10 points, offer him the scholarship, and get him on my list, and we'll see what happens there. Recruiting. let's see, 53. That's okay. I want to come down here. Scouting report 53. Me and Ohio State. But I've got an interview set. Okay, so yeah, I did make that decision, and I've got an interview set there. All right, well, let's go ahead and recruit this week and see what happens. And then I'll probably end up coming off of those guys here in a week, or this coming week. All right, and I tell you what, while it's doing this, let's go ahead and put a break. I've got about 6 minutes left, but let's start fresh in a new video for the next round. Thanks for checking it out. We'll come back in the next one. See you soon.